Hi everybody, my name is Monk. I go by they, them pronouns. And today we're doing a calisthenics class. So movement for me means connecting to my body and just being grateful for what it's able to do. Keeping that in mind, just be mindful of what you can do. I'll give some modifications for the class, and we'll start with some mobility, so some movement around your joints to get warmed up. So it'll be an automatic warm-up. We'll go right into some portions where we'll focus on the upper body, the lower body. We'll do a full body circuit. We'll hit some abs, some core at the end. So that's going to be the basic outline as we do this. There's no repeats, so if you don't like a movement, we're only going to do it once. All right, so we're going to start with some wrist circles to warm up the wrist. We will be on the floor a good amount, so just so you know, we'll use the floor, so we're going to go hands on the floor, so we're going to warm up our wrists here. I'm going to circle the other way. So we'll do both ends. I am going to go from my toes to my heels, and then toes to heels. You don't have to lock out your knees too much. Actually, don't lock out your knees. We're just going to rock back and forth to get the ankles moving. Hands on the hips. So we're going to go back and forth now. So just stick your hips back like you're closing the car door with your hips. So we're going to go here and here. Awesome. Cool. And we're just going to keep moving on. We're going to hit all the joints. So for the shoulders, we're going to come down here, stick your hips back. We're going to go this way. Reach out in front of you. Thumbs are up, and we're going to lift up this way. So this is coming from your scapula. So your back, your shoulders, right here. If you wanted to know where you want to look, at the floor right in front of you to keep your neck at neutral, that's going to be where you want to look. Just don't look down at your feet. A couple more of these to get the shoulders warm, and then we're coming to the floor. So on the floor here, you can do this on your knees. So you're going to plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees are on the floor, and your shoulders, hips, and knees should be in line. So what we're going to do is go into this almost like a child's pose. You're coming back here, and we're coming back to this plank. So we're going here. Set your hips back and come forward. So this is all in the warm-up. If you want to take this up a little, take your knees off the ground, and we're going to go into a pike. So up here, and then come forward. Pike up, come forward. So whichever one feels comfortable and challenging enough for you will be it. Awesome. So let's turn it over. Let's give your hands a little bit of a break. We're going to go into a crab hold. So we're going to go here. I'm going to put my fingers out to the side. Bringing your hips up off the ground. We're going to go this way and sit down. You can sit down, take a rest on the floor, come up this way. So we're going to do this a few times to warm up, again, the shoulders. We're getting the hips, a little bit of the knees. If you want to take this up a notch, we can go with your hand to your opposite foot. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to touch my toe here, and then come all the way down for a rest. Come up, touch your toe, and come down. So here to here. Otherwise, keep both hands and both feet on the floor. All right, we're going to turn it over again. So over here, we're going into your tabletop position to start. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. I'm going to tuck my toes. I'm going to lift my hips off the ground, set my hips back towards my heels, and I'm going to extend my legs up. So here, warming up the knees. Gets a little bit of your muscles warmed up too. And so just feel that sensation. Awesome. Let's do a couple more. Warm up the legs. And then we're going to give your hands a break again so you can come back down. We're going to put your elbows down on the floor. So forearms will be on the floor, and we're going to go wide with the knees. So we're going to kick to the side. So from here, shoulders are right above your elbows. You can put your toe down and then switch this way. If you're on your knees, put your knees down. Knees come out to the side here. You can look forward towards the front of your mat this way. All right, let's do a couple more for your lizard kicks, and then we're going to switch. All right, last one in this mobility. We're going to go into your high plank position. So I'm always going to say it, hands underneath the shoulders, coming into your plank position. I'm going to kick through. Actually, I'm going to turn, and I'm going to kick this way. So feeding my foot through, if you want to pick up this hand, it comes a little bit easier. You can put your heel down on the floor if you like, and just keep alternating. If you want to do a little more crunched up version where your knees are bent, it'll be a little bit easier also. So you could do this. If you want to add a step to the side, kick forward, hand comes up, make space for your foot to come through, and then you're just going to return to this bear crawl position. So forward, come back, step back to the side, and forward. Awesome. Cool. So I feel like you should be pretty warmed up. I'm warmed up, so we're going to move on to a little upper body. We're going to come back down to the floor. So on your stomach, if you're comfortable, you're going to pick your knees up off the ground. I'm going to go hands off the floor, and I'm going to pick my chest up. All right, so this is like a Superman. So flexing in the back, you're going to control the movement, coming up and then down. So you can always rest on the floor. If you want to keep tension in your body, you're going to come close to the floor and not touch. So you're going to lift your chest and then lift your knees off the ground. If just your chest comes up, that's fine too. If you want to put your hands down, pick up your knees, that's also fine. Otherwise, let's get both off the floor at the same time. Up here, control it on the way down, come up, and control it on the way down. Let's do a couple more. You want to exhale on the hard part. So exhale as you come up, come down. You can inhale, or you can inhale on the way down. Awesome. All right, let's practice your pull-ups. So I'm going to pretend like I'm grabbing a bar above my head. So I'm going to reach my hands up here, squeeze this, literally squeeze the bar that you imagine is over here, and then you're going to pull down. So your chest can come off the ground. It doesn't have to. You can do this. Keep your elbows nice and squeezed by your sides at the bottom of this motion. You should feel your pull-up muscles working. So right here, just come up, grab that imaginary bar, and pull it down. Cool. We're gonna stay with the upper body on this circuit. It's just a series of upper body exercises. And like I said, we're only gonna do them once. So you can go as many as you feel is challenging enough. You could break it up. All right, I'm gonna do one more here and rest. Awesome. All right, so that was your back. We're gonna hit the chest. So putting my hands down by my ribs, I'm going to tuck my toes here and then go straight into a push-up. So from here, I'm gonna push down into my hands and come up. You could do this on your knees. I'm gonna come all the way down and actually let go of the ground. That's gonna give you the full range of motion, and then come up. If you're on your knees, just put your knees down. We're gonna come down here, let go of the ground, placing your hands by the sides of your ribs, press straight down into the ground. All right, let's do maybe 10 more. Pick your hands up and push. Hands up off the ground, that's gonna give you the full range. I'm gonna put my toes back down and get this full push up here. Come down, pick the hands up, and up. All right, hands up, and you can take your time. You don't have to follow my cues or my counts. So as you want to go through your reps, each one should matter. So you don't have to do too many, you don't have to go too fast, you just want to get those good reps in. All right, one more to here. Awesome. All right, let's go back to the back. So we're gonna do this on your back. We're gonna lay down, and hands are gonna be all the way out to the sides. Elbows are gonna be on the floor, forearms are on the floor. I'm just gonna relax my lower body. So I'm gonna push into the floor and to get my shoulder blades off the floor. So I'm gonna press down here and lift up here. All right, so we're gonna lower down with control and then press up. So if you imagine driving your elbows into the floor, that's gonna help squeeze your back. So if your back is here, it's gonna kind of bend it this way, pushing your elbows down. So I'm coming up here, feeling my back muscles, and controlling it on the way down is gonna be very important. So let's come up here and come down. Press into the floor. You can press into the floor with your hands, your forearms, and your elbows. Otherwise, you can really just focus on the elbows and then come down with control. Let's do a couple more. Up, come down. Let's go up, come down, up again, and down. Awesome. Let's bend your knees. We're gonna put your feet on the floor. Come up to a seated position. We're gonna put your hands behind you. So you can point your fingers forward towards your feet. It might be a little more comfortable to point them to the sides. So what I'm gonna do is lift my hips up. This is gonna be a floor dip, so we're gonna get the triceps. I'm gonna bend my elbows and sit down on the floor. So not a whole lot of hard work yet. from here, I'm gonna press straight down into my palms, come up, and then I'm gonna squeeze my armpits, bringing my arms into the back of my ribs, and then I can feel my upper arms. So sit all the way down, take a quick break here, press up, and then squeeze at the top. So what you're squeezing is essentially trying to squeeze some grapes underneath your armpits. Come up and hold here. All right, let's do a couple more of these, coming up and down. Good. Once you feel a sensation, get that squeeze at the top, control it on the way down, and then you can go at your own pace. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to do a few more of these. Then this is going to end the upper body portion. We'll give your upper body a little bit of a break, and we'll move down to the lower body. Awesome. Cool. All right, have a seat, shake it out, roll the wrists around. I know you've been on the hands a lot, so we'll give that a little bit of a break. I'm going to grab a sip of water. Feel free to grab some water. Also, as we're moving through these exercises, take breaks. I encourage you to rest as you need it, or just if you want to. All right, so let's come back down onto the mat. We're going to do a glute bridge, also known as a hip thrust. So sitting on the floor, feet are going to be flat, knees are bent. I'm going to actually face you first so I can give you this cue. If these are my hips, I'm going to tilt my pelvis under so that my lower back is on the floor. So it just will be a little harder to see from this angle. I'm actually going to move this over. Okay, so from here, tilting that pelvis under, my lower back is on the floor. Your hands could be wherever you want. It's harder to keep your hands off the floor, but if you want to press into the floor with your hands, go for it. So I'm going to lift my hips, lift up here. What you want to make sure you can do is squeeze your glutes at the top. So we're going to roll from the top of your back down to your lower back, so that your lower back is towards the floor. Hips don't have to touch the floor. If you want to keep that tilt, awesome. So you're just going to press through and then control it on the way down. So you're going to come up, get that squeeze in the glutes, roll from the top of your back down to the bottom of your back, and then come up. You can look at the ceiling. I'm just looking over towards you, over to the side. You can pick your hands up, and then you won't have any assistance pressing into the floor, so you have to use your glutes a little more. Let's do a couple more. All right, on this last one, on the hip bridge, we're gonna keep your hips up, and then we're gonna step forward. So you're gonna do a bridge walkout. You're gonna go as far as you can, and then walk it back in. If you don't get that far, that's okay. If you go halfway, even one step, and come back in, that works too. Otherwise, we're gonna go on your heels, extend your legs as far as you can. I have my hips off the ground, hovering over the ground just a little bit, and then keeping your core nice and tight, so keeping your hips up and legs extended. If you need to drop your hips, take a break, go for it. So just walking in and walking forward. Hands are doing wherever you want. They could be down by your sides or up in the air. All right, on this last one, I'm gonna keep my legs extended here, and then I'm gonna drop my hips. Keeping my heels where they are, I'm gonna lift my hips again. So you're gonna feel this in your hamstrings. Coming down, press through the heels, and come up. Back of your legs should be burning in just a few more reps of these. If you need to point your toes to tuck your heels underneath, you can get a little bit higher. You'll still feel this in the back of your legs. All right, hands are just gonna be up in the air or wherever you need them to be. Awesome. All right, let's move on to, now we're gonna do a single leg quad press. So like the mobility exercise that we did in the beginning, where we were here, doing this one, and you can go back to this one. This is gonna be a modification where I'm gonna pick one leg up. So I'm gonna pick my right foot up and extend my left. I'm coming down, putting my right foot down. We're gonna alternate for the single leg. If you want to be a little more challenging, you can stay on one leg and kind of let that burn out. You could do a few reps on one leg, switch when you feel like it. We'll do a few just to get even here. Otherwise, we're going to alternate. If you don't feel this in your quads, you can move your feet in a little more, as long as it's okay with your knees to bend your knees a little more. Extend. You'll feel a little stretch in your hamstrings as you come up to that leg extension. If you don't have a quad press machine at home, this is going to be your body weight version, so you don't need that machine. You can just do a lot of reps. Awesome. All right. One more on each side. And we are standing up. All right, shake out your hands. We're coming up to your feet for a split squat. So I'm gonna face this way. I'm gonna step 1 foot straight back so it's right in line of where it was. So dropping your back knee, actually I'm gonna turn. Drop your back knee towards the floor, you can get to the side view, and then push you this foot in the front. So hands on your hips, or wherever you want for balance. I like to put them on my hips. Exhale on the way up. Inhale, exhale. So as long as your front heel stays down, you could drop your knee all the way to the ground and rest here if you want. Push through that front foot and then come back down. If halfway is all you can go, it's a little nicer on the knees. Feel free to go halfway. And this should be about 10. We're not going for time, we're not going for reps, even though I just said 10 just to try to get a little bit even. I'm gonna switch. So bring your feet together. Let's step the other foot straight back here. And then we're gonna drop that knee. Front foot stays flat. I'm going hands on the hips again, wherever you feel comfortable. Sometimes out to the side might be good for your balance. I always start on my good side, so if I'm off balance here, use your arms wherever you need to, and we're going up and down. So again, if you need to go halfway, that works for you. You wanna feel that in your quads, right here. So have a slight lean forward, so your shoulder, hip, and knee should be fairly in line. As long as that front foot is staying flat on the floor, we're doing pretty good. All right. We are gonna stick with the legs and move on to the frog squat. Let's start from the hardest version first, and then I'll give you some regressions. I'm gonna step wide with the feet. Feet stay on the floor, and I'm gonna put my elbows on the insides of my knees. So I'm gonna drop my hips here. You can open up your hips if you wanna push your knees apart with your elbows. Awesome, I'm just gonna clasp my hands together, keep some tension here, and then we're gonna come up here. So your body will let you know when you need to stop. So if this is where you need to stop, awesome. If you can go longer, it'll just be a little more on the hamstrings. Drop your hips as much as you can too. You're gonna open up your hips at the bottom as much as you need to. So if this feels too deep, elbows on top of your thighs, that's fine too. You can bring your feet in a little closer as long as your heels are down. We're gonna go up and down here. And then another version, if that's also too deep, hands on your thighs. It's a bent over squat. I'm gonna turn to the side so you are leaned over. Heels stay down on the ground. We're gonna drop your hips, bend your elbows because your hands are on your thighs, and here. So on this bent over squat, it looks weird, it looks wrong. Don't worry about what you look like. You're doing it right if your feet are flat on the floor and you're bent over into this squat. This is gonna get a little more sensation into your hips. It's gonna work your glutes and your quads as well on this frog squat. All right, so any one of those options will be good. And shake out those legs. We're gonna go into some more squats. So if your legs are tired, take a little break, have some water, have some rest. We're gonna go into your basic squat. I'm gonna stand hip width apart, shoulder width apart is also good. Angle your toes, so wherever your feet fall, I have a natural angle out this way, that's where we're gonna squat. So I'm gonna bring my hands out in front for balance. You're gonna push your hips back, keep your core nice and tight. You're gonna brace your ribs and your abs. Push your hips back and then drop down here. So hips back first and then down. I'm looking in front of me, so my neck is at neutral. Keep your shoulders back and your chest up. Keep your heels down on the floor if you can. So half squats are okay too. If you want to go into that glute bridge, that's also a good modification, and that's where you're on the floor, lifting your hips up and down. Hands could be wherever you want. For my advanced players, hands overhead is good. We can go here. Straighten out your arms if you can. This turns into more of a full body squat. You'll feel it in your shoulders and your back here. So if you can't keep your arms too straight, let's go out to a T. Any version, pushing your hips back and then down, even coming down here. That's gonna get it too. All right, let's do a few more of the squats. Awesome. All right, we're gonna add a step. I'm gonna face you. I'm gonna do a squat. And then I'm gonna step forward into a forward lunge. So I'm gonna go here, forward. Every time I come to the middle, I'm gonna add an extra squat. Now I'm gonna go to 3 o'clock. Here, push your hips back, drop down towards your heel, so one leg goes straight, one knee is bent. This heel stays down. We're gonna come up, come back to the middle. We're gonna add that squat. If you wanna skip that squat in the middle, go for it. I'm gonna step back to 6 o'clock with this foot, squat in the middle. switch feet. I'm gonna go 12 o'clock with my left. Forward, drop that back knee as much as you want. Come back to center, squat again. Go out to the side, this is 9 o'clock. To the side, come back in, squat. We're going back to 6 o'clock again. Let's just do one more cycle with each leg. So we're gonna go forward, to the side, and back. Here we go, forward. Come back to the middle, squat. Come out to the side, come back to the middle and squat. We're going straight back with this leg and squat. All right, last one on the left side or whichever other side you're on. So if you're mirroring me, it might be your right. Come back to the middle, squat. We're gonna do one more step back lunge here and then squat. Awesome. All right, one last thing for the legs. We're gonna hit the hamstrings again. We're gonna do a good morning. So hands are gonna be behind your head. Sometimes fingers behind your ears is okay too. So keeping your back flat, we're gonna push your hips back and hinge forward. Soft bend in the knees, so don't lock out your legs. We're coming up to a full stand. All right, so we're gonna go here. If you want to progress this, we're gonna do a single leg. So I'll show you the kickstand. So you're gonna step one foot back, put your toe down. This is your kickstand. This is only for balance here. We're gonna push the hips back and come down here. Come up, you can either return your foot to the side or just keep that kickstand there. We'll go here and then here. So you can keep that foot down for balance and then switch. Kickstand. So I think I did 3. I'm gonna do 2 more here. And again, if you wanna return that foot next to your other foot, that's fine too. Otherwise, use that kickstand and that's it. If you wanna alternate, we're gonna go one foot. So you're gonna pick one foot up and you're gonna kick straight back. And then come here, put your foot down, pick the other foot up, kick straight back, not up, stay soft in the knees. One leg might feel a little more balanced than the other, and that was my good leg. Here's my bad leg. Get your balance nice and slow and controlled. If you want to keep 2 feet down, we're just gonna hit that good morning right here. Hips go back and fold forward. All right, just one more. Nice work. All right, so that's gonna complete your lower body portion. Grab a sip of water, take a break, pause it if you need to. All right, let's get into a little more full body. So multi-joint movements in this next circuit. There'll be 5 exercises before we hit the core. All right, so if we're ready, we're gonna go into a pike. So we're gonna go into long arm and long leg. Hips are up and we're gonna look behind us. All right, so I'm gonna put my hands down. I'm gonna drop my head, look behind me between my legs, and then I'm gonna bend my elbows, lower the top of my head to the floor, here or close to the floor, and press up. So if this feels okay, we're gonna keep going here. If you wanna step in, bend your knees, that's also good. Still gonna look behind me, between my legs, lowering the top of my head to the floor. This is a body weight shoulder press, so if you're up here, awesome. If you wanna put your knees down, go for it. You can still look down behind you, so lower the top of your head. It'll be your forehead that's coming pretty much to the floor and pressing this way. So this will make it a little bit lighter. You'll still hit the triceps, which is good for both. So this is gonna hit shoulders and triceps. I'm gonna return to this pike press just so you can see this version. Again, if you wanna follow along with either bent knees or knees on the floor, we could do that. Elbows are pointing towards your hips, so keep them a little close if possible. Keeping your fingers forward or to the side will help you keep those elbows tucked. All right, couple more. Here to here. All right, one more. Awesome, there's your pike press. So shake it out. We're gonna turn over to your back to give your wrists a break. We're gonna do a bridge reach. So back to your bridge, you're gonna press through your heels and reach up across your body to the opposite corner above your head. So we're coming down here, bend your knees, feet are flat. I'm gonna take my left hand, I'm gonna press my right shoulder into the floor. So I'm gonna lift my hips and then reach into this far corner and then come back down with control. So you're gonna come up, lift the hips, tilt your pelvis down, reach into that far corner, and return back here. All right, this is gonna open up your upper body. As you get a nice far reach, we'll come up and alternate up, alternate. Awesome. All right, nice job. That should feel like kind of a good stretch, good break before we get into the next exercise, which is a bear push-up. So taking that beast position. This is a bent knee push-up with your knees off the floor. So we're gonna go into tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your knees. So now we're gonna keep those elbows tucked, and then we're gonna come down. Your knees are gonna touch the floor first. So when I come down here, knees touch, and then we're gonna come up here. You can crunch up a little more, or you can spread out. So none of them are wrong, it's just all a different exercise. So we're gonna come into this bear crawl position, come down, touch your knees, and come back up. If you're tilting forward, maybe your nose is gonna come pretty close to the mat, maybe it's your forehead, but preferably we're gonna come down here, knees touch, and then press up. You can keep your knees down, by the way, so this is totally fine. It's gonna be a tilt forward. So on this one, imagine tilting forward and then pressing up here. So feel free to keep those knees down. Otherwise, tuck the toes, lift the knees, come forward into your push-up, and press. And that was my forehead. Turning my head. If you do want to clear your nose, turn your head to either way. All right, so that's your bear push-up. Let's stay down here. We're gonna go wide here. I'm gonna show you a couple different ways. Actually, we'll start up nice and high. Stand wide with your feet. I'm gonna put my hands down by my right foot, and then I'm going to walk a half circle with my hands. So your circle can be small. We're gonna go side to side. So one leg is straight, one knee is bent here, and we're gonna go out into this half circle, and then come down here. All right, so if you wanna go all the way out, get nice and low. If your hips drop, that's okay. We're not focused on the plank portion of this, and you are on the balls of your feet till you return here. So you're gonna stretch out, walk your hands into this half circle to the other foot. Awesome, all right. You can cross one hand over or one hand under, or you can go hand to hand on your half circle. If this is too deep, you're just gonna come up here, bring your hips up. So if you wanna keep a little less bend in your knees and your hips, keep your circle a little closer. Otherwise, you can go nice and long and wide. Awesome. All right, let's do one more cobra press before we hit the abs. So I'm gonna lay down on the floor and put my hands down by the bottom of my ribs. Okay, so right down here, you're gonna keep your legs on the floor. So your knees are on the floor. I'm gonna reach my hands as far back as I can here, pointing my fingers forward. So knees are gonna be on the floor, and my thighs are actually gonna stay on the floor. I'm gonna press straight down. So this is like a stretch cobra pose. If you know that, we're just gonna come up here. You can push your hips forward and down, and then just come down here, keeping those elbows tucked, and then hands. If you wanna adjust your hands, if you need to bring them up a little, that's fine too. Otherwise, reach them as far closer to the bottom ribs as you can. And you can tuck your toes or go flat with your feet. Press straight down. Thighs stay on the floor. This is gonna hit your triceps a little more, and then lower down. Let's do up to 5. If you're feeling these and you want to do more, go ahead and do more. I'm gonna do a few more here. Come down and press up. One more. Awesome. Cool. All right. Let's go into our core. So the core is going to be your hips and your shoulders and everything, including and everything in between. So we're going to turn over to your back first. Grab some water. Take a break if you need to. Hands are going to be down by your sides. You can go hands off the floor, but I'm going to press into my hands for some guidance. Legs are going to come up. You don't have to lock out your knees, but we're going to lift up here. From this position, I'm going to lift my hips off the floor. So I'm going to press into my hands, pressing my feet into the ceiling. So imagine you're flat, just stepping onto the ceiling. So you want to go straight up. Try not to go over your head, and we're going to lower down here. I'm going to crunch my head and shoulders off the floor because it feels better. Feel free to lay all the way back. So we're going to come down here. Legs are straight, hips come up, and lower with control. So here, lift the hips up, lower down with control. Awesome. Cool. All right, we're just gonna do one more. We are just moving exercise to exercise with little breaks. So if you need some break, take it. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep on moving and keep this flow going for 4 more exercises, 3 more exercises. We're gonna go into a low plank, giving your wrists a break. You can do this on your knees. So I'll show you on your knees. We're gonna go here, we're gonna reach forward. I'm going towards the wall in front of my head. and I'm gonna turn to the side, keeping that arm glued to my ear. So come back to the middle, and then I'm just gonna alternate. So you're gonna reach forward, keep that arm forward, turn to the side, bottom knee is on the floor, top leg is straight. If you wanna go into a full long leg plank, we're gonna go here, reach forward, turn to the side, look up, or look forward, and return to your low plank. Reach forward, turn, and return. You can do this in a high plank. Same thing, you're gonna reach forward and turn, come back down. So you choose which level you like. Turn and come down. Let's do one more on each side. Awesome. All right, off your hands. We got two more. We're gonna do a twisting sit-up. So knees are gonna be bent, heels are on the floor. And then remember, on the way down, try not to let gravity just take you down. We're gonna roll. So now you're gonna roll bottom of your back to the top. So here, if you want to put your hands behind your head, we're gonna come up into the sit-up, and then we're just gonna twist, and then return back down with control. Crunch and sit up, and twist, roll back down. If that full sit-up is challenging, you can come across with your elbow towards the other side. So you could do a twisting crunch instead of a twisting sit-up, hands behind your head. So here's the crunch version. And then if you want to sit all the way up, we're going to come up and twist. Open up those elbows if you can. Control it on the way down, up, and twist. All right, we're going to end on my favorite one. It's the plank extension, and it's the hardest one. So we could take this one to failure. So if you hit the ground, that's totally fine. I'm gonna start in a plank position, a high plank position. You could do this on your knees. Okay, let me show you on your knees. You come out here and walk your plank. Walk your hands as far into this extended plank as you can, and then walk it back. So go into here. If it's one step with each hand and coming back here, that's fine. Otherwise, walk it out as long as you can. And then if you wanna just bring it all the way back to come up, because you will be tired at the end of that one, feel free just to go as far as you can, and then get one big step back here. As you're going out, if you're on your toes, if you need to come down to the mat to rest, that's also fine. And then whatever it takes to get yourself back up, return to that plank, and let's go out as far as you can. And walk it back. All right, it doesn't take many of these, so we're just gonna do one more to finish. Walk your hands out all the way. And then again, if you need to just fall to the floor, try to do it gently, and then you can return back to your plank. All right, everybody, that is your full body calisthenics workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's do a couple stretches while we're down here, just in the hamstrings. Extend your legs out. We're just gonna hit a couple one of the major moves here for the straight leg stretch. We'll hit those hamstrings. Cool. You could do this standing. I'll do it laying down. Grab a foot, and we're just gonna stretch your quads. So if you bring your heel towards your bottom and push your top hip forward, get a good stretch over there. I recommend a 20 to 30 second count on these holds. I'm doing a little less, but we're still hitting these stretches in. Awesome. Cool. And you can sit however comfortably you like. Bring one arm across your chest. Drop your shoulder. You don't have to shrug your shoulder up to your ear. And then with this same side, we're going to grab your elbow and pull it down so that your hand is going down along your spine, the one that's down below your neck. Great. Okay, let's just hit the other side, and then we'll shake it all out. And that is your workout for today. Let's grab that elbow and pull it down. Awesome. All right, shake it all out. And thank you for joining this workout.